Today we have with us Dr. Kurup, retired Assistant Director, Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, a resident from India, more than 46 years of experience. And the topic is neuro-linguistics programming.
What is the need of learning NLP? In NLP to learn, a homeopath must have to learn. There are so many ways to cure the sick in different ways. More than 250 types of treatments are there. There it is psychotherapy, in psychology itself, so many types of psychology therapy is there. Even so many other, even songs can cure the disease that I experienced myself in several times. So many other therapies are there. But anyway, that I tried to say one story, not story, it is my experience that one day, one lady's birthday, they planned to go for a cinema because they are her birth anniversary. So they planned for a picture. Then husband was an employee. He told that I will exactly 6 o'clock I may come. But they were ready to about 5:30 itself. But the husband was not able to come. But they are waiting. They were looking into the road and they came up to the front door and waiting for that the father, but he couldn't come. So last he came in about 8 o'clock. These people are waiting. And then what happened? Then she asked immediately, where you were, what happened for you? She was thinking so many other ways. Maybe accident, maybe something happened, maybe something in the office. But whatever she asked, that he told, extremely sorry. My car was met with some problems. So I was in trouble. So I went to the workshop. Then she immediately asked where that she told that the turn, where that there is a school, in the turning that there it was happened. Then what you have done? Then he replied that I went for search a mechanic and I called him and then he came and he repaired. So that is, I was so late. Then she laughed at him and she told, yes, all right, don't worry, be happy. That don't worry, next day, another day we can go. But she was able to understand he was telling completely lie because she was learned the NLP, neuro-linguistic program. Because the eye movement we can understand whether it is correct or wrong. We can understand that whether a neuro-linguistic person can understand whether this fellow is telling lie or not. What really happened? He was late. Some extra work was there. But after on the way, he met one of his friends. Then he told, yes, I met you such a long time, but we can go for a tea. He went and they talked and he forgotten really the birthday of his wife. Really it happened, but she was an NLP learned person. That is why she was able to find out, but she was able to control her anger. And she was happily said, okay, don't worry, we will go to the next day or the next year, we will celebrate my birthday in a hotel or for a picture. Like that she told, and because this is the benefit of your personal life, your society, your clinic, counseling, everywhere. It is very useful tool to improve yourself and improve your surroundings and your family members and your friends, and everywhere it is very useful. That is why I like to take this class. Please listen. I am giving only a highlight, only a viewpoint for you. that it is a seed for you. It is you to grow up, and there are so many things. It is very deep you can learn, and you will win to the life in a very good manner. You can live in a very good manner. Now the Google Andy is there. You can search and you will get so many notes and these things in NLP, so many other things that you will get. So you can go. I will only to throw some seeds in your mind for NLP. The rest you can improve yourself and you can learn. It is a very good tool in your life to improvement, permanent, persistent, and definitely you can improve yourself. Then NLP, whenever you may say about homeopathy, without telling Hanuman's history, without telling Hanuman, we cannot go far to the. That is why I first avoided all these things. But still, I feel it is essential. I made a small, regarding a small introduction. After that, I can reach. There was one Richard Mandler and John Grinder were there. Richard Mandler was a California University student. He heard about psychotherapy, etc., etc. The same time, the John Grinder was a language professor in California University. So they met each other and they thought about to learn this art. And he was a language teacher. That John Grinder was a language teacher. Then they met that the Fritz Perls was a Jasad therapist. He was so famous in that time. He was treating with the with Jasad therapy. He was treating with the people and their mental problems very successfully. They observed that the whispers that time there was a Jasad therapist. They observed very carefully about he was treating the people mental problems and their other problems he was treating with the Jasad therapy. They observed, they also copied the same way. Like that, they also made beers and smoking habits, all they learned by observing how he was walking. Everything they were copied from him. And that time, there was another person. Later they met Virginia Steer, a famous family therapist, and George Gregory Boston was a philosophy man. They followed them also. They learned how to understand the past experiences, just like that of a just like that phobias. They think that they may see a picture, how we may, they will bring back the same situation emotionally and same situation in their mind, and they learned so many tricks and they learned and they introduced. Then there was another man, because it is just like that a relay race. Not one man is not to be winning. Everyone must have some part. If one person is delayed, that they will not get the first prize. Like that, in the history up to these war sciences, there are so many persons. We know that after Hanuman, there is hearing that the Kent, Bonnie Hassan, so many people that are involved. Like that, of each and every science, there will be so many people's contributions are there. That is why it is reached into this stage. So without telling their names, it is not genuine to talk about this NLP. There was a person called Milton Erickson, MD. He was suffering from polio up to 11 years. He was bedridden and he was so much depressed. And one day he decided, anyway, I must have to walk. Then he, with the help of the stick, he started walking, and he learned to the psychology as well as to the he became a medical man, psychotherapist, and psychologist he became. Then he also participated one boat race. Then people were called him that the wounded doctor. Then he met Richard Johnson, followed this Milton Erickson. They followed this person and they learned all these things. In our organon of medicine 211, there it is observation is most essential. Like that of they also learned all these things now. So like that of the invention. So I gave a very cut short, otherwise it will take half an hour. That is why I made it into a small introduction. So my homeopathic physician learned NLP. That is, NLP means neuro-linguistic program. Neuro-linguistic program, that is called short form NLP. It is a behavioral science. Neuro means regarding neurons. Linguistic means regarding neurons, means regarding brain and neurons. Linguistic means language. Program means that that some of the computer and etc. some programming are there. That is the called program. So it is what we are doing in our all these things. We will understand everything with the 5 senses. This we made through the thoughts called NLP. That our 5 senses. What are our 5 senses? That is the first. That the 5 senses. That is the we will see everything with that 5 senses. That VAKOG, VAKOG. That means 1 is visual, 2nd is auditory, 3rd is kinesthetic, 4th is olfaction, 5 is gesture. So these are the 5 senses that we can understand. What are the things in the life? We will understand everything through this way. So it is the mental map with the 5 senses. This we make thoughts, opinions, and called NLP. Thoughts and opinions, these are called NLP. Learning experiences. How we will understand with learning experiences, learning mental map, learning ours and yours behavior, learning brain neurons and its arrangements, brain and neurons and its arrangements, then the learning of the lifestyles, that is means or fail, whatever it may be. 6th is talking or gesture, how it affects our neurons. These are the things that our daily life, how we will learn that the experiences, our own experiences. There is a mental map that we are telling. Kerala map is not Kerala. That these when that Western countries people may come, Europeans and etc. may come for the tour. They will have a map in their hand, but we will go just like that of Mohanlal. We will ask so many people in olden days. Now that in our hand, that the map is there, so that Google is there, so we can reach the exact place. The Google will show everything. But in olden days, it is not like that. We must start to ask. But when the Europeans may come for the visit to the India or Kerala, they will see that they will have a map. But the map is not the real Kerala or our India. Like that, this mental map is most important learning, and ours and your behavior. Learning your behavior and our learning. And learning the brain and neurons arrangement. Then life destiny, that whether how that you are thinking, your mind, that way it will be, you will win or fail, that it is talking or how it affects our, these all are will help our case taking. Definitely, that is why I like to take this class. Robbins gave seminars, walking on fire and glass pieces. So we can thought process, we can change our mind, and unbelievable. Thus we can gain so many things and achieve with this NLP. So NLP is a wonderful tool to improve what is not possible, that also you can make it possible. So we can win so many through NLP. So modeling the winners, copy example, Gandhiji, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, etc. They are having a vision. Not one day they become not like that. They have constant thinking and their mind, it is there. So they were able to. So the mind is having the body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, and mind all are interconnected. Our breath, facial appearance, movements, etc. will affect our mind. So we can mean so many things through NLP. So modeling Gandhiji next, the principle of NLP. Just like that, our cardinal principle. Here there are 10 principles are there. One is the map is not the territory. Second, the experience was a structure. Third, if one person can do something, any one can learn do it. Example, if I may do something, even Dr. Manoj can also do it. If Manoj can do it, I can also do it. But I must have do some effort, that is all. Example, Kiran Bedi, if it is always, Kiran Bedi was telling always, most of the things are possible. If you may try, definitely it is possible. That is the word of Kiran Bedi. You know, most of the people may know Kiran Bedi. For the mind and body are the part of one system. It is not separate. Mind, body, or emotions are, you cannot separate. It is just like that of milk and water. But if it is just like that oil and water, you can separate it, but milk and water, just like that mind, body, and emotion, all these things are in mixed together. This is part of the one system. 5, people already have all the resources they need. 6, you cannot communicate. You cannot communicate. 7, the meaning of your communication is the response you get. Without what you are telling, sometimes what I like to mention, that you may not understand what I am telling. Sometimes you may feel that it is something, what I said, that you are understanding something, but you may feel that something else. Like that, you may not understand what I mean. So you must understand according to your response only. I can understand you understood everything. Then 8, underlying every behavior is a positive intention. Example, favor. Underlying every behavior is a positive intention, fever, because when we may need some rest, some diseases are coming. What is according to the neuro-linguistic program, whenever you may need any rest, that time some symptoms will appear. Otherwise, it will not come. That we can overcome that the problem. If little problem, if you are interested, that you will not get that, you don't feel that. Then you are tired, and when you are get tired and you need, that time you are getting some infection, mainly fever, headache, and etc. Weakness and etc. You feel when you are when you may need that time. 9, people are always making the best choices available. 10, if what you are doing is not working, do so things else, do anything else. If you may do one thing, if it may not successful, you can select it to another, you can change your mind and you can win. That is the psychological feeling behind the NLP. Vakok, here it is VAKOG, Vakok. One is visual, while seeing everything, that each and every person is understanding things in a different manner. Second, auditory, hearing, that when you are learning, some people, they must have to write, because I can tell you one thing. While I was learning first year, that our organon 291 paragraph, it is very difficult. Some of the paragraph we must have to learn. About 225 years back or 50 years back, Hanuman written some of the lines. That means that the some of the paragraph we must have to by heart. That like that of I learned the vital force, the autocracy that animates the material body as regards both sensation and function, so that our intelligent reason gifted mind can for the higher purpose. This I may without still I can write without equal stop or where is equal stop. So my teachers will come and they will come and see whether I am having some pieces and copying it or not. See, like that we can so many things we can learn with so many these things. I was writing everywhere in my room, bedroom. I wrote this ninth paragraph, first paragraph, the physician's eye and only mission to restore the health to curiosities. Then 26th paragraph number. I'm not going to go for all these things because of the lack of time. So some people can see, they will enjoy, because I went to that see this line bus shooting was in Kerala, whether it is 1973 or 74. It was in the college that our one film star Soman and there was some film star were there, but I couldn't find out anything special for them. That when some people may love each other, they may like sometimes they are by seeing their appearance, sometimes their voice, sometimes they are some, but like that of each and every person is learning in a different way. Some people by writing, some people by seeing, some people others may do something like that. So the first one is the visual, second one is auditory, third one is kinesthetic. That means touching. By touching that we can, the hunger, the child also like, everyone like to touch. If you may pat on the back of the patient, not everyone, but some of the, by seeing that you can see the circumstances, then only pat, they will get satisfaction. Then the other one is olfaction, smelling. Then the gesture, that is also. That along with that, the taste and what you call taste and smell. These all are very important along with these three major, that is visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So, sense, touch, taste, and smell. Visual, enjoy the beauty, or some people, they like, when I observe while traveling in train, some people will simply read the books. What I may do, I like to see the sceneries. Example, I may come through these Kerala to Bombay. I like to come by through train, because I like to be sit in ordinary compartment, because that the other compartment, it will be closed. You cannot see sceneries. So I am a visual person. I enjoy so many things by seeing the things. Some people like to hear the music. When they are traveling, they will put that these things. That some people with the touch, they will be happy with the touching. So all this will be very useful in our understanding. According to the neuro linguistic program, all of these five senses are very important. Sense, that touch, by seeing, by taste, by hearing, by smelling, all this will be very important in this factor. All these factors are very important. Visual, enjoy the beauty of to the nature. Auditory, time, speech, etc. are there. That touch, taste, etc. are auditory, time, speech, etc. talk, etc. Some people's voice, some people, when you may see some two people may love each other. When you may see, you can't find out anything. You can't enjoy the beauty, but they may like that their some organs, sometimes hair, eyes, or speech, or I know one lady was telling, even my husband's smell is I like very much. Whether you are experienced, some people may experience this or not, but I experienced with some. One lady was telling, I like the perspiration smell of my husband. Even that much they are liking. Even smell, taste, everything you can understand. Then some people, they may like some others' speech, some others' habit, some others' touch. That is why all the children, they like that patting and etc. They may jump by seeing that they like to the hunger, touching hunger is there. Then kinesthetic touching point in taste, good, bad, fruits, smell, animals. That is some of the foods when you may see, that you may hear. Example, when I may come to the college in the Chingonam, there was a Jacob's coffee. I will get the smell. Immediately, it will stimulate me. Even I don't drink the coffee. Still that smell, it will stimulate me. That when passing through that, the Jacob's coffee's front, that we will get that. Like that, or some of the smell, that it will increase your, boost your mind and body and emotions. That good food also you can understand. Bad food also you can understand. Some of the fruits, whether it is good or bad, also you can understand. Smell, animals, perspiration, etc. I already explained regarding the animals. They are having the strongest smell. So that is the dog is using into when disaster may occur. Even 20-25 feet under the earth, if there is a dead body, they can understand. If dogs are using for to find out the narcotics, and then they can smell the one may not able to hear. Some differently able people, they may not hear, or some, they may be blind or deaf. Their other senses will work more, whether you observe or not. I observed it. Because one girl who was coming, learning from NLP in a workshop, and then one day she was sitting alone. Then without making noise, I slowly went and sat very near to. Then she immediately said, "Kurup sir, you came very near to me. I know you are." Then I asked, how you would learn, how you know that whether it is Dr. Kurup itself. She told, I have the sense that my ear is so sensitive that I can understand the small footsteps of you. I recognize you in that way. Your way of footsteps I can understand. That way I can understand that you very well. So these are the cases we can understand. Some of the people, they may be, some sense may not work, but the other sense will work better way. Example, all celebrations that Christmas, Eid, marriage, etc. Some are feeling, enjoying the music. Some enjoy that it's decoration. Some enjoy that food. They are served the food. Some enjoy the company of some people there. They talk, and they are. Recently, there was one 18th, our classmates meeting was there. Some people were met each other and talked such a long time, and some are met with that last. There was a that just like that of the last, there would be in each that temple there in the festivals. There the last there will be a crackers, just like that of nowadays. Most of the places, some few people, they join together and they make some party that drinks that they are enjoyed up to 12 o'clock. They were sitting and enjoying. Then they are calling me, why you are not coming and you are here? That I was not in a position to go there, but they are talking so much. So people are enjoyment is different way. We cannot say that which way they like. Some people they were like to be hold the mic and started singing. Some people started dancing. So the people are entirely from each person to individual. That is enjoyment is different. Some may be the visuals, some may be auditory. Some people like to see the go for a picture. They will remember that the story. Some people will see the color. Some people will remember that the music. Some people will, the atmosphere they may like, what they ate in that day, and etc. So each and every occasion, happiness and enjoyment is generally different from person to person. In short, bottom line, we hear, touch, and everything along with the touch and smell are along with other main three things, that is visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, or the smell and smell and taste also along with that. Secondly, we can understand five senses. Thirdly, some person have to one or more than that. That some people are having both is required, some people are having all these things are required. That is why in the life we can understand some people, when you may think about to see the music, some like to see by, they must have to see nowadays that we are having all type of the medias, so we can enjoy more. But there is a difference between the radio. Till some people like radio because they are auditory. Because some people likes that, especially the Europeans, they are visual people. They like to see the things more. But we Indians, that we like to hear more than that of the auditory. We like to hear. Like that, there are region to region, from place to place, and culture and civilization enter different place to place. There are different types of the people, likes different type of the people. Fourth, we make a mental map with the five senses. Kerala map is not Kerala, I mentioned first. But the map is not the exactly same, but we must have to understand how different perceptions, same event. Example, airport, there was a one case I handled. Now it is time is only 10 minutes. I wanted to do some exercise and all these things. It is next time I shall make to do it, some exercise. That one lady married, and the husband was from abroad, and the first few days his company called him back, but when she, without sleeping, the early morning, she catched one taxi and went and waiting for the aerodrome in Cochin for him for to early morning without sleep. She was traveling, and from such a long distance she came, and she was waiting for the husband. When he came immediately from the plane, he asked one question, that what about the money what I gave? Where is the expenditure list? She became upset. That time there were 2 or 3 weeks leave that it went. They are disappointed. After that fellow got again, after 2 years only he got leave. He came. This time this lady came and told me that, sir, I have such and such problem. Then I told, this time you must not ask that you, regarding that the money, whatever he may tell, you take him in a different way, handle, and whatever he may tell, but you don't keep it in your mind. You change your mind, he will always change. Anyway, that time she became pregnant, and she became to the mother of a child. Like that, I was telling this, explaining in another case, another person. I was explaining in a class that immediately that the class, one lady was called me. She was having the same problem. She was a Ayurvedic doctor. She left from here and she went to the, along with the husband. And when she reached there, he was caring her very well. And when she came back, because her parents were so old, so she three children. And then she was telling that if you may, he was keeping the money, everything secretly. he will not inform. She told that I lost that my practice. Now I came back. I cannot getting that a big problem. Husband and wife, that the husband wants always to control. I recently treated in Trivandrum that her whole money, she is also working. The whole money is taken by husband. He will keep keep it secret, all these things, not explaining. Even she cannot, her own personal use, there was no money. He must have to, it is accountable. So it is the last stage of that, the divorce. Anyway, I gave some counseling, and now they show that the eyes left and down exercise. See left and down, because that when you may see that there is a, then we can do it now. Let it, we can stop next time. I can take from the eye scanning patterns. We can go for
Dr. Kurup, thank you very much for your very interesting presentation. And the last person you were talking about, that husband who wants to have control about the money.
Yes.
And the wife is working and he has control about the money. I know a nice therapy for this husband. Send him to Germany. To our country. You will be very surprised that here in our country, the wives are controlling the money of the whole family. Normally it's like this here. No, that's a joke.
Because it is the case, but I got 3 cases. All the cases, the problem was the main is money in the controlled by the husband. The wife is not having any weight at all.
Yes.
And they don't ask even anything. That this NLP will change. The teaching, the NLP will change. And whenever you may say no, you must have to say everything. You must not say yes. When you will get that guts, when you may learn NLP and such things, psychological things, whenever you record, you must have to say no.
And Dr. Kurup, another question. The first case you were telling about that wife with the photos and the husband, he came late, 1 hour, no, 2 hours too late. And he said, I had to prepare my car. Okay. So that woman, she was trained in MLP, you told us, and she could see whether he was lying or not.
And see, when you may say the lie, your eyes will go to the right side, and if your eyes, that the black part will go to your eyes will go to the left side. With that, an NLP person can understand whether you are telling, not purposefully. If you can simply see in one corner and you can pretend and you can listen and do it. Unknowingly, you cannot do it. Your eye movement, I was supposed to come in that part. That immediately that this started, that it is fading, that is why I stopped. Next class I am going to take that. So if you may say lie, your eye will go to the right side. If you may say the truth, your eye will go to the left side.
Oh, that's very interesting. But my question now, Dr. Kurup, my question is, so this wife, she understood that this was a lie with the car and the accident. She understood. But her reaction was very soft. Okay, no problem. That's interesting.
And that you will learn by learning that the practice, you will not get angry. By learning the NLP techniques are there, you will come to know. I am going to take some demonstration in that way, some exercise, but there is lack of time. It is 2 hour preparation. I cut short it into small. And
Yeah.
next time I will make to do it. Your mental worries, disappointments, anger, your all negative emotions can be controlled with NLP. Not only
That seems
NLP, there are
very
so many other
interesting.
tools. There are so many other tools are there. Of course, homeopathy also, we are having wonderful medicine. I agree with it.
Yeah, but
But
this seems very interesting. And Dr. Kurup, it's something for the future, that we can have more peace in our families, more peace in
definitely,
our society.
peace and
Yeah.
happiness can bring, if you may change our mind. That is the most important. Everything start from
Thank
the
you.
mind.
Yes.
That second, I was not believing that one of my friend, one CJ Varghese, was first calling me German new medicine. And he was talking and talking. The cause was the main thing in the life. The cause is the mind. I was not believing. But when after that, I learned that I started each and every case, that I go to the very deep, to the mind. Then I find out the mind is the main point for to the deviation that causes to the problem, and that is the one of the most common cause for most of the diseases that I observed. That is called psychosomatic diseases nowadays. BP is more, the migraine is more, and depression is more. All these all are mind. That what I observed is one more thing interesting, that your spouse is not correct, your whole life is miserable. Your spouse is one of the most important, whether it is husband or wife. If she or he is not cooperating, your life is whole miserable. And your family, that from it starts, peace starts from the family. That is called that the Kudumbam. That in Malayalam it is called Kudumbam. Kudumbam. When you may unite together, that is called Kudumbam. That when you make together, that it is a big strength. That is why you must have to tell your family that whatever you are, the financial problem also, whether you are gaining or winning or losing, your family is along with you. You are not going to be lose anything. You are not going to lose anything. Your family is with you. Money you can make, money can come and go, but your family's relationship may spoil. It will not come anytime. It is very difficult to survive. So that is the most important. The peace, happiness, positive mind, everything you must have to make yourself. You cannot bring how much money you can make, but you cannot bring to the sleep. You can purchase a good bed and air condition, but you can't get to the sleep. You can purchase good food, good hotel, but you cannot digest. Like that, so many things are there. I can say so many n number of things that you can make yourself only. You can bring to the happiness and the peace in the world. Not anyone cannot. Some people's mind, the war, that the terrorist, some, and all this violence, it starts from the mind. The mind is the most important thing. You must have to keep it because recently I have one incident. One or two my friends, they are angry with me because small reason. They are little bit maybe jealousy what I feel. He will always to tell Dr. Kurup, your way of class was not that much correct. Your this way of talk was not correct. Every this class he started to telling. But another NLP class, I went, a psychologist, one teacher, I told that recently I was having one ambition that to write a small story. Some of my neighbors' story, I made it into a small story and I published it was in Malayalam. Some of my few friends told, Dr. Kurup, what you know, you do it that only. Don't do for the new things and you enter into trouble. Don't do it. Then two people told. Then I explained that my teacher, sir, I have these type of the problems. I have little disturbed in my mind what I can do. Then he asked how many people appreciate. I told 30, more than 30 people. How many people are criticized? Only 2 people. Then he told, leave it, where is that? More than 13, where is 2? Everywhere there are in the problem, they are problem creators. You don't neglect them and you go. So I can
Yes.
do it better way. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir.